Hello there. Welcome to another episode of Walk Talk. I'm Captain Canada, or Joseph if you prefer. Um, I'm going to just continue on with, rather than just plain facts about my walk or my walk, I want to talk about who these, who both my walks are dedicated to. And, I definitely should mention my best friend, Brandon Banman. Um, he he believed in me. He believed it was a good idea for me to become a real life superhero. That meant a lot to me that he supported that. But he committed suicide in 2000, at the very beginning of 2016, and I miss him dearly. And this superhero thing and this walk for lost loved ones and this walk for lost loved ones, they're all for you, buddy. They're all dedicated to you. So that's the fact for today. Let's get on with the squats, because we are doing squats with the titanium walk to prepare for the walk for lost loved ones, where I will be carrying a pallet 50 miles to raise awareness for suicide prevention. So let's get preparing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm always setting it down and picking it up using my right shoulder. I should probably alternate a little bit more, so I'm already plenty strong on my right side. Not that I don't want to get stronger on that side, but I want to balance it out. I want to be equally strong. Then it helps you share the load when you're traveling, carrying the pallet, because then you can carry the pallet for, let's say, a minute or 5 minutes. And then you can switch it over to the other shoulder for the same amount of time. And if you do it the same amount of time, then everything kind of wears consistently. I don't like to overwork one side just because I'm a little stronger on that side, as much as I do want to use my muscles until they're worn out, so the other side has that much time to reset and recuperate. But that's what it's all about. And so let's have a little fun in the meantime. And let's get back to reacting to Super Sweet Shirt Co's reaction to a Phoenix Jones documentary. And it's a lot of fun. He's got some great energy he contributes. I don't agree with everything he says, but like when he agreed with the real life sandwich handler thing and kind of saying these guys are got something wrong with them for handing out food while dressed like a superhero. He basically said in a comment that it's noble for somebody to go out and hand out food, but it is funny, and I didn't disagree with that. There's nothing wrong with laughing at the cape. I like a positive response. There has been a time when a family member kind of laughed in my face that, I said, I'm doing my job, when they asked what I'm doing. And I don't know, it kind of hurt my feelings when they laughed at me when I said that. But this is my career, regardless of whether or not you consider it my job. It's I am Captain Canada, and I want that to mean something, and I want that to mean something positive to a lot of people. And I intend to work at that, because Captain Canada isn't a positive symbol to everybody. Some people don't like the fact that I will accept, like if I'm out walking on the road and you hand me a sandwich, I'll probably accept that sandwich, unless I'm like totally stocked up on supplies and I can't carry anymore. I don't see it as a bad thing to collect alms, as it were. That's how people in religion and things like that, when they collect offerings, usually money, or it doesn't have to be money, they're collecting alms. And if somebody comes up and offers me $20, I gladly accept that. I tell them I'm not raising money; I'm raising awareness for suicide prevention. But I will gladly take those resources and put them towards myself, and I put myself towards my cause. So if you give me some money, I might spend that on a sandwich. Maybe that money will go to handing out chocolate bars and lighters in town later. If I Because I have my Patreon now. I'm trying to raise a lot of money. I'm willing to do YouTube channels, YouTube videos for people in exchange for some money. I'll do whole series for you. I can even continue doing it on a regular basis. Um, I, I don't necessarily like I if I have resources, I will use them, and if you give me resources, I will appreciate you. But you don't have to give me resources. I'm not saying that anybody watching this has to give me anything. I just got to get the word out there. But I've wasted way too much time talking about that kind of stuff. It's not wasted time, but I wanted that information out there. So please spread the word. I'm on Patreon Captain Canada, aka Joseph Roszell, and I'll be posting up about my upcoming walks, as well as posting up on Facebook and my YouTube channel. Facebook is Joseph Roszell, and you know my YouTube channel if you're here, Joseph Roszell on YouTube. But you can call me Captain Canada. But enough of that. Let's see what's on the TV right now. I think I may have forgotten to crank up the volume, so let's do that real quick. Okay, I think the volume is all cranked up. Okay, let's go. Right where we left off. Phoenix Jones was just saying how Rex Velvet doesn't live in the real world, and Phoenix Jones lived in the real world, and he doesn't support acts of villainy. So he's Phoenix Jones, or PJ when I don't want to take him seriously. PJ can be a really funny guy sometimes, and sometimes those are the things that I like the most about him, and other times he can be a little bit much. We can all be a little bit much at times. Let's go.
I told you.
Look at you, Phoenix Jones.
Priorities shifted for Jones in November of that year when a video patrol log went viral.
Jones didn't want to talk to that guy because he lives in the real world. That villain is bullshit. Because he's bullshit, Phoenix lives in the real world.
Propelling his already budding celebrity into then uncharted territories.
University Way, between 45th and 47th.
I will say he didn't take Rex Velvet seriously much in the way that police officers didn't take Phoenix seriously. They say things like you're not a superhero, you're a human being. That's like, but I don't understand why those things are mutually exclusive. But I don't understand why somebody, just because he's not trying to blow up the city, can't be an opposition to you, Phoenix Jones. You should encourage lighthearted opposition so harsher opposition doesn't need to force its way out. Because I think that's kind of what happened. He created an environment where nobody could criticize him, and it just kind of swelled, and it fucking blew up. But let's see where we're going. I'll shut up now.
Suspect wearing an orange shirt. De-escalation does not appear to be working just yet.
While on patrol with 4 other local heroes, Phoenix confronted a man punching the window of a parked car and shouting obscenities at the passengers inside. Police arrived shortly after, with the heroes content to let them handle the situation. But after the assailant shouted a racial slur at Phoenix, Jones challenged him to mutual combat.
Also, whoever is joined this feed here, if you have any questions about this documentary or what we're watching, pop that in the chat. I'd be glad to answer them. But because you're definitely joining late, but you're getting a treat.
Washington's a mutual combat state. If you'd like to agree to fight with you, if you'd like to. If you would like to.
Mutual combat laws allow 2 consenting parties to engage in a street fight, as long as no but.
Before I get into the mutual combat thing, anymore. I will say he's initiating mutual combat because someone said a racial slur, and I'm not saying racism is good. Racism is not good. Racism is bad. Don't use racial slurs if you don't want to be an asshole. But people will be assholes sometimes. Is it justice to want to fight somebody just because they said the N word? That probably is a debate that can be had. I think it's not totally selfish because you could argue that that's something that offends an entire race of people. But at the same time, I can't help but feel this is Phoenix Jones taking out a personal grievance on another person. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. And then there's the fact that the guy's drunk and he's a trained MMA fighter, but they may talk about that a little bit, about how that's something you can criticize quite a bit because it's not a fair fight by any means. He's armored up too.
Bystanders are hurt or property damaged. Often cited as a vestige of dueling, mutual combat remains legal in portions of the United States, such as Washington State and Texas.
TJ has offered to engage suspect in orange shirt to meet.
I will say the documentary doesn't really pick good pictures for its little mini montages because I don't think mutual combat is so similar to dueling that it would allow people to like shoot each other. Like when you're talking about mutual combat and then you show pictures of people dueling, I think you're actually kind of confusing what you're talking about a little bit. Just like when he's talking about how Phoenix Jones is inspired by comic book characters, and then it shows a picture of a version of Batman who snapped the Joker's neck. And it's like, just pick your pictures a little bit better, guys. Like, Jesus Christ.
Mutual combat.
So this is a real thing, mutual combat law, and it's in several states. One that I know in particular is Texas. I know a guy.
Of course, it's Texas.
Who lives in Texas, and his son was being bullied, and his son had stuck up for himself, and then got his ass kicked by like 3 other kids. So my friend, who is the parent, called the police and tried to get some charges going because like the school wasn't doing anything, nothing was changing. It was a bad situation, and the police did not do anything because they used mutual combat as the reason. The reason mutual combat, I guess, means in that situation, as long as you want to stick up for yourself, doesn't matter if it's 3-on-1, that counts. But it's a real thing, mutual combat.
Washington.
Sounds kind of fucking stupid if you ask me. It's like, yeah, I understand the idea of 2 people want to have noble combat, but it's like when there's no precedent for what a fair fight is, and then three people can fucking attack another person and it still counts as mutual combat. I don't feel like that's how mutual combat is supposed to be enforced, to be honest. I feel like that's just a bunch of lazy fucking cops.
State. Suspect appears ready to fight.
Sealing the deal with a handshake and under the supervision of police officers, Phoenix Jones proceeded to knock out his opponent.
Fighting the suspect. Suspect is down.
This video posted.
See, I agree. I kind of agree with mutual combat law. I kind of agree with it. Like if the cops are there, you're on the street, you've got a gigantic asshole.
I will just remind you, you did just tell a story where the mutual combat law was used to ignore a child being bullied, but go on about a scenario where it might be reasonable.
And you've got another guy who is dressed up as a superhero, and they shake hands, and the cops witness the handshake, and then the match begins, because that would be mutual combat law. Then whatever happens, happens. I kind of like that. It's not a bad thing, I don't think. And you clearly saw who Phoenix Jones is very extremely trained in the martial arts. It ended very quickly.
To Phoenix Jones's YouTube channel garnered widespread reaction and commentary.
Oh, that's when you know you made a mistake. Yeah. That first leg kick, see the guy moving around.
Phoenix's celebrity and public presence were in all.
Yeah, if he's trying to take out your legs, he probably knows some of that MMA shit. But the thing is, I worry about with fans of UFC is that they will emulate what they see. And what I see a lot in UFC is the ref basically has to save people's lives all the fucking time because those lights go out, the other guy just pounces right on the other guy's head, basically. Like, boom, 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 just keep punching. And it's like, you have no, like, I understand you're not supposed to love and care for your opponent, but holy fuck, like, if the ref wasn't there, you would have just killed that guy. And that's what you're training yourself to do. Like, what happens when you're out in the real world and you have to defend yourself and there's no ref to stop you? I feel like it goes beyond self-defense. And that's why I appreciate Phoenix Jones's self-control, even though he comes from an MMA background. As far as I can tell, he doesn't attack an unconscious opponent. And that, to me, is the essence of why honorable fighting is good for everybody, because you don't become a killer and somebody else doesn't get killed. And then everybody gets to go home. But I understand self-defense, there's no rules. I mean, if somebody attacks you and you want to make sure that the threat is neutralized, then everybody has a different definition of what neutralized means. But if somebody bumps up against you and then you start smashing their head in, is it self-defense? If somebody shoves you and then you knock them to the ground and continue attacking them, are you still defending yourself? I think at a certain point lines are crossed, and I think it's not always clear. But I'm taking the fun out of this. So let's watch for a few more minutes.
Yeah. If you get in a fight with somebody and you take a leg kick, get the fuck out of there. Anybody that throws a leg kick in a street fight, if you take that leg kick, even if the guy doesn't hit it full on, but his first move was a leg kick, get the fuck out of there. You made a big mistake.
Hi. Podcasts, talk shows, public service announcements. Jones
Yeah, this guy knows MMA and he might try to fucking kill me, you know?
rarely turned down an opportunity.
From the behalf of the Rain City superhero movement and costume discounters, you guys have a safe and fun Halloween. See you in the streets.
Oh, his mask is getting a little bit, you see that? Like, it's a little bit torn on the edge there. It's like, oh, he's had that for a while.
He did a Reddit Ask Me Anything, which was kind of bizarre, but provided insight into the kind of chaotic individual Phoenix was. Leading his fellow heroes into 2013, Jones would
Someone asked if they ever do it with the masks on, and his response was, no, not the masks. And it's like, is that too much information? I feel like you know what? You're an adult. You can or you can choose what you want to say. You know, like, but it does take away a little bit of your innocent superhero character. You know, like I always say, crank up the Adam West as much as possible because he is the hardest superhero to live up to. That and like Christopher Reeve's Superman. Those are good standards to live by because they're excellent symbols, and people like purity, you know, like I gotta be honest, I have seen other real life superheroes talk about sex on their Facebook and stuff, and it's like we're human beings and we can talk about all that stuff, but it's like part of me's like, I don't know, we don't have to talk about that if nobody's asking about it. And at least in this situation, somebody asked the question and then there was a response. But maybe you feel that your role as a real life superhero is a sexual educator. You got to tell the world things like, did you know it's all right to be gay? If you feel that is the message that needs to be given to the world, you go ahead and you spread that to the world. And whoever you are, it's okay to be you, you know? I want you to know that, whoever's watching this. Don't feel ashamed of who you are. If you're doing something that hurts other people, that's a little bit different. Maybe you should reconsider what you're doing. But if you're not hurting anybody, it's okay. You're cool. It's all right. Just don't hurt nobody else. Just don't hurt yourself. I'm Captain Canada. I love you. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Peace out.